Oh, it works. God damn it. It works. Look at that. This is sandaling 2 meters behind me. Oh, this is nasty. Alright guys, I'm out to test my new Z8 camera. It's quite a different camera than the D500, and it's so much. there's so much you can do with this camera. So I'm just gonna focus on the basics now. I'm gonna set it. I've set it to a standard setup that I hope will work for me. So now it's just a matter of driving a little bit around here. I'm on the coastline of my region, Jæren, and there's always a lot of birds and a lot of opportunities here. So I'm just going to drive and see what comes up. So I had to stop at this roadside here. There's a little field outside here, and it's newly been cut. So there's an enormous amount of barn swallows and swifts flying back and forth here, and also some starlings and crows and whatnot. It's just amazing how this camera picks up the swifts and sticks with it. It's such a dream to be able to take pictures of a swift in the flight. I couldn't do that with my D500. The only challenge is, of course, to keep the bird itself in the viewfinder. So I need to zoom out, in and out. There's a swift coming. It keeps it. It's amazing. So because of the really light background, I have to overexpose. It seems like I overexposed a little too little. So let's do 1.7 up from 1.0. There are also some house martins. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is unusual. First impression here. It's unusual for me to have to activate the camera to see through it because of the EVF. So when you have an optical viewfinder, you will always be able to see through it. Now I have to activate every time I pick up the camera, so I need to I need to get used to that. That one. Look at that. That was cool. I need to turn off the like that. Can you see it? Impossible picture for me to take with my D500. Okay. There's a lot to learn still. There's no doubt about it. There's something with the focus. I get this wide red white one. No, red wide one. I get that all the time. Should be full area, I thought. So I've done something wrong there. And experience with the EVF is that It's definitely easier with a optical because you can see clearly all the time. And this EVF, when you move it a lot around, it's like it's jaggery or whatever you want to call it, because the frame rate isn't high enough, possibly on the sensor. I don't know. And with the Swifts over here and the Martins and the barn swallows, that's it's busy and it's fast. But once they lock on, it's just fantastic, and they come in such a speed towards me and alongside or away from me, and it just keeps them constantly. So I'm really excited to go home and have these on the computer and see the level of focus. I've taken already 700 pictures. So that's a side of it, that there's a lot of pictures to go through when I come home. Not my favorite thing. So I think I need to develop some method for that. But let's go on and let's see what else we can find. So it's quite windy at the beach today. No surprise there. So what I'm hoping to do here is to find some birds on the beach and check out how the autofocus system works. So what I'm going to do is just sit down here, get the gear up, and wait a little bit and see if anything passes, or I don't know. It seems a little bit dead here today. It's just amazing how the autofocus works. I had a gull, I haven't identified it yet. I'm not that professional on the gulls, but it came and just above the breaking waves, and very busy environment, and it just locks on. Just fantastic. So you wouldn't stand a chance here with that distance, because this bird was really small. So with the D500 I would have to use the point focus and a lot of skills and mostly luck. But here it's just there immediately. That was so cool. Oh, it works. It works. They came so fast. Flock of 5. And just hit the switch and the camera just immediately picked it up. I wouldn't stand a chance. Okay, I need to get used to pushing that button to get that screen on. And I found that AF setting that I talked about a little bit early on. So it's now on auto wide area, and it was in that narrow box. I think I saw a few videos where they suggested that you should do that, and I think that was before the firmware update to 2.0. And with 2.0 you got this wide area box that picks it up and works absolutely fantastic. Those birds came that fast here, and as soon as I got the screen up and or started the camera by hitting this button, it hit full focus like in a millisecond. What a camera! This is ridiculous. So good morning, guys. Day 2 with my new Z8, trying it out. Today I'm on my way to the beach. It's just behind here now, and it's a bit more windy than I was hoping. But I'm hoping to capture some nice footage today. So I'm going to try out the different film recording modes on the camera. And rumors have it that the waders have started to show up. So migration is on its way. And winter is coming. Oh, hopefully not today. It should be a nice day, sunny, warm weather, but windy. So what I've done is when I'm capturing the shot, just make sure that I get the birds. I've assigned to the button 2 single shot, so not the series, so that I don't have to go through a lot of the same pictures. So I've set myself down in this brush. It's a wee little less wind here, so that's comfortable. And I'm a bit more secluded by this brush from the small birds. So hopefully they will turn up some birds now. I really love the possibility to switch very fast between filming and shooting pictures, which was one of the things that I really missed with my D500. So there's a really big difference between these two cameras, where I just swap the switch here and I go very easily from filming to photographing. So that's perfect. Also did it with this oyster catcher when I came here. I had it in film modus because I had that on the beach, and then I just swapped around in a second, and I could get some really cool shots of the oyster catcher that apparently wasn't too impressed by my visit. And now I'll try to go back and to filming these ducks on the water. That's a challenge for the autofocus, I would imagine. But this just works perfectly. 3 ducks in a row. And it captures 4 ducks in a row and catches all 5 of them. And you can swap between autofocus points here, which I don't because they're all in a row. So it's no need for that. That's fantastic. What a autofocus system. Exactly what I was hoping for. 5 ducks in a row, and wide area focus, the new area focus after the new update, and bird detection mode. And 5 ducks in a row, and I could switch between the different ducks that I wanted to focus on. Wasn't necessary because they were all in a row, so the focus point plane was the same. But things to do for you guys. I can tell you I've detected some moisture in this. It's a Redshank, is it? Let's try to switch to film. Yes, it captures it. Oh, this is nice. At least lost it there. I can understand that it lost. The focuser is almost completely hidden. There we are, and there it's back. Not all the focus system is capturing it. That's so nice. That's so fantastic nice. I think that guy saw me. Let's do some filming again. Oh, they're going. They're so camouflaged. It's almost no contrast. I'm manually focusing now. There it found the starling. Manually focusing, not detecting that starling. There it did. Okay, there are some more waders here now. And I saw a ring plover over there, so I guess it's back to creepy crawly. So camera actually gets the ring plover through this brush. I'm guessing it's because of the contrast between the sand and the bird. Choice to focus on that pyramid rock there again. So I'm manually overriding. I have a bunch of sanderlings and some ring plovers, and the camera doesn't pick up any of them at the moment. I'm in area mode, manually focusing, although bird detection is on. There, caught one of the sanderlings. Ugh, this is so nasty, guys. All this rotting, really wet seaweed. Oh, it's soggy. Okay, in this shot here, the autofocus system keeps picking up rocks. And sometimes the birds. So it picked up that baiting bird that just flew now. Okay, I had to find a different method for this because it keeps picking up the rocks in front of the birds now. I think I'm better off taking. I'm going to manual focus. And I have that focus markings, so I can easily see when the birds are in focus, and they should be that now. No chasing back and forth. Not the greatest picture with that rock in the front. So this is the way to handle that issue. Maybe Nikon will find a solution to it, because he kept picking up the rocks in front of the birds. This is sandalling 2 meters behind me. 2 meters in front of me. Switch to area focus. Filming. Perfect. Picks up the bird as it should. Okay, this is it, guys. This is perfect. What a shot. It's 3 meters in front of me. Oh, this is nasty. That was nice. It's wet, dirty, smelly, nasty in that rotting seaweed I just laden. But I got to get a lot closer to the birds, and the autofocus is of course far better that close up than it is on a distance when the birds are really small in the rotting seaweed and they're camouflaged. So it struggles on a distance far better when you come up closer. And I'm constantly at 600 mils on my Sigma 6600. So if it seems like I'm really happy with my new Z8 in that video, that's definitely correct. It's just a fantastic camera, and I'm blown away how fast and accurate that autofocus system is. There's a few exceptions, like you saw in the video. I'll talk a little bit about those later on. I also promised to share my different settings. I go through the most important ones that I've changed. As I showed out on the beach, I've reprogrammed my function 2 button. So when I push that, it actually locks. When I push it once, it locks into single shot until I push it again, and then it's back to whatever frame rate I've set the camera to. 20 frames per second now, so it will alternate and get back to that. So if I push the button here now, I will lock it to single shot and then back to whatever, as I said, whatever frame rate I've set the camera to. So for the function button 1, the top one here, I use that to alternate between the 3 different focus modes that I have set in the menu. So you can limit the number of menu items that are available in a menu. So I've set it to single point AF and to 3D tracking, and then the most common for me is the auto area AF, which is the last one. And with the experiences I've had from this first trip, I think maybe either I will add one of the wide area autofocus, maybe the large one that I had for a little while, and I need to decide if I want to keep the 3D tracking. It doesn't appear to me that there's so much use for it, as long as as auto area autofocus works so good that it does. And I also use back button focus like many people do. And on the side, when I use the back button focus, I also have reprogrammed this display button. So what that actually does is that it cycles through the different views that I've selected. You get a list and you can pick and choose the menu items, or the views rather, that you want to have. And for instance, when I'm filming and I really want to go in and see the histogram, it's just two clicks here on the display button. I get to histogram. I can say okay, I'll do my adjustments, and then it's back and have the primary display that I prefer. So that's just a fantastic tool, really fast, and it's always very available here, and you can feel if you're just looking into the viewfinder like this, you can feel it, like the tactile here, and it's really easy to find, and it's a really handy function to have. A thing that I've configured to my likings is the I button. I know a lot of people use the shooting bank system, and I set up different shooting banks with all the precise settings that they want in those banks. I prefer for now at least, I prefer the I button. So if I'm for instance in filming, I hit the I button, I can go into the format, and I can just as easy just pick like 120 frames. So another thing is, of course, you don't have to use the I menu solely on the touch panel on the back here. You can also look through the viewfinder, and it'll pop up there, and then you'll use the joystick here, and I can change now from 120 to 60 frames per second, easy as that. So when you're filming, when you're concentrating or lying down, and it's not really easy to reach the screen, or if it's like me that you need glasses to see clearly, or hold it at a distance, when I look to the viewfinder, that's optical adjusted, so I can see perfectly the I menu through the viewfinder, and that goes both for filming and for photo shooting. That's a really handy and easy way to get to the I menu. And if you have everything set up in the I menu that you need, I think that's a really good alternative to how to control your camera. And then for photo or image formats, I'm shooting in HLG and in RAW format, nearly said of course. RAW format, and I used the high efficiency star format. That's much more efficient in terms of storage than ordinary RAW, and I've used it and tried it, and I can't see any difference at all. So to me it works perfectly. I've seen videos on the net that kind of supports that. So with regards to storage, that's a really good option, I think. With the formats for filming, when I went to the beach, I used H.265 because I was a bit worried about the storage space. I didn't know how much I needed to film. And now I've set it to NRAW, so I'm going to test out the native Nikon format, RAW format. Really interested to see how much quality will increase and how much I can pull out of colors and contrast from that RAW format. It will take a lot of more space, but I should still be able to get around 32 minutes of footage on my 512 gigabyte memory card. So with regards to the problems I had, the two issues. Firstly, it was the autofocus problems, where the camera wouldn't pick up the birds. When there were clearly a lot of birds in the image, it chose to pick up stones. And I did it many times repeatedly, so I tested it more than you see in the video, and it happened all the time. And also when it was low contrasty, when they were in the rotting seaweed, the birds were not being picked up by the autofocus system. So it might be that I need to check out some different settings. Maybe I've done something wrong, but clearly it worked really nice on most occasions, maybe 9 out of 10. So I don't think so. I think maybe this is something that Nikon needs to address and see if they can improve the autofocus system in those conditions. So for the other major issue that I have, as you might have picked up, is the EVF, and my comparison between the EVF in this Z8 and the Nikon D500, which I've used for many years now. What I've been doing with the D500 is I've used it like a binocular or telescope, if you want. I've been, if I've been sitting down and waiting for birds, I've been constantly looking through it. And of course, with good optics, you get a really good image there. You get true colors, you get the right contrast, you get the brightness that's natural, and it's been a really, really good tool. And of course, if you're panning, it's all live and natural. So compared to the EVF, that was quite a transition for me. I think the EVF is a good tool in many ways. The image is larger here than it was in the D500, so you can have a better look in that way. But with regards to quality of the image, that's pretty lousy, I would say. There's a very little color. There's really no true color, I believe, and there's a really high contrast. So it's actually really hard to make out the small details. I saw a wagtail like 50 meters in front of me, and I couldn't tell if it was a white or a gray or even a yellow wagtail, probably not, but it was impossible to see through the viewfinder what kind of bird it was. I knew it was a wagtail because I could see on the movements without the camera or the binoculars. The other major issue I have is when panning, it's jaggy. It's hard to pan. If you follow a bird, of course, that will not move so much through the viewfinder, but if you're panning back and forth searching for something, that makes it really hard to spot any birds when you're searching. But if you have the bird and you just follow that, of course, that's much better. And lastly, the problem is if you have a really bright sky like I had, and I have to overexpose so that the bird will come out correctly exposed, the viewfinder actually becomes brighter to follow that setting so that you can see if you're underexposed or overexposed. So it's a nice idea, but the problem is that in real life it doesn't work like that. so I might have missed a setting. I haven't found it. I haven't seen anyone talk about this problem. So if you know the solution, or if you agree, or if you know that I've missed a setting, please let me know in the comments, and I'll surely will check that out. So thanks guys, thanks so much for watching this little film about my first-hand experience with the Z8. And remember, get out and enjoy nature.